Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. Thank you very much for joining me. We're at Goodwood Revival. I had a slightly inside out way of filming because this is actually the end of the day, but the beginning of the video. But the benefit of that is I know that I've already had a great day. So you are going to enjoy watching this video. The Make Doing men's stage is in there. I've got a talk, well, coming up for you, but I've already done it and that went quite well. And just come along with me, see the cool cars, have a look at the racetrack. Goodwood Revival is a celebration of historic motor racing. The place has got a huge amount of history. People have been racing cars there for years and years and years. It's a bit like going back in time there. Everybody dresses up. Everybody gets into character and dresses like they're in the 40s, 50s, 30s, you know, depending on whatever era you fancy, but you're all vintage, you're all dressed up. It's like going back in time. It's just incredible. They months before the actual event, they are starting to build it, and the set build and the design. They're building pubs and buildings and streets, all of this stuff. And they build. You can go in a diner and go walk in the diner, and they build all of it. It's like a immersive kind of experience. And on top of all of that, there's a racetrack. And then over the other side is the paddocks where all the racing teams are prepping all their cars. And there is the best, most amazing, impressive selection of cars you could ever imagine. And these are like multi-million pound mega cars, old Formula One cars, old Le Mans cars, like all sorts of stuff. They actually race these cars in like full enthusiasm, with full anger. They really go for it. They are racing to win. It's not just a parade around and they're just sort of like pootling around, giving it a bit of, you know, some beans on the straights and then just kind of pootling around. They are absolutely hammering it, and then you can see if you stand in the right place and you can see down a corner, they are sliding around the corners and bumping into each other. Bearing in mind these cars are, some of them 10, 20 million. They're one of a kind, super rare cars.
The only four-wheel drive Formula One car to win. They actually banned it after this.
And they're just hammering them around this racetrack, and they're just, I actually can't put it into words what it's like. There, just one after the other. D-type Jags, a couple of 356s, all these old Lotuses and Bentleys. They've all got so much history wrapped inside them. You get the real gist of like why these cars are so expensive and why they're so special and rare.
Aston Martin spent a huge amount of money developing this car, and I mean a huge amount of money. It raced one season, and then the next season they moved the engines to the rear for all their cars.
Oh.
And Aston Martin had spent all their money developing that.
They had to start from scratch.
They couldn't afford to do it again, so they stopped racing for a few years.
Oh my God.
They couldn't afford it.
My day started with a talk at the Make, Do and Mend area. I got asked if I would speak, a little Q&A for 15-20 minutes up on the stage and be interviewed and have questions and stuff. I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I'll do that. That's absolutely fine. It's kind of representing the repair shop, which I love, so no problem at all.
The hottest Make, Do and Menders in the UK right now. Star, my favourite of the repair shop. Dom, come and join us. Give Dom a round of applause.
People ask me about, have you ever got stuck fixing things? And so, yeah, literally every day. Every day, something breaks, something doesn't work. But there's such a group of talented people there. If I can't do something, there's someone else there that can help. And the skills and the heritage skills that I really feel quite passionate about as well. It's these old classic cars and keeping these things running and racing around here and repairing them is keeping all of these old skills alive. My own YouTube channel now, which is a fairly recent thing.
Okay.
Again, promoting these old crafts and going and travelling, meeting people that are doing these old things, and the old guys in the shed,
Yeah.
and all these people that are involved in this amazing industry. So, yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thanks for sharing your passion
Thank you,
with
Dan.
us. Enjoy the rest of Goodwood.
Brilliant. Thank you
Put
very
your
much.
hands together for Dom. Thank you.
It rained, of course, as my time slot came up and I went up there. But thank you to the 20 or 30 odd people, whoever turned up in the rain and stood there in the pouring rain to listen to me rambling on about engines and cars and rusty things. Thank you very, very much. First people that I met that were involved, they were inside the Make, Do and Mend area, were the Heritage Skills Academy. And I am very proudly an ambassador for the Association of Heritage Engineers, which are closely linked with those guys. And they basically, everything they do is revolved around training kids to get into classic cars and restoring classic cars. They teach wheeling, the English wheeling, and coach building and welding, panel beating, dent repairs, weld, all sorts of stuff, fabrication. By the end of the day, I was talking to so many people that I had like a super sore throat. I've lost my voice, so I'm a little bit croaky today. Lots of people come and say hello to me all the time, and you're more than welcome to. If you ever see me out anywhere, just grab me, shout, say hello. It's no problem at all. I really enjoy it. Any questions you've got. It was a kind of level with the people saying we love the repair shop, but almost the same, if not more, people were saying we love your YouTube channel. We love what you're doing with the Ranelagh project. We want to see you get on with that Porsche. What you're doing here, get back in the workshop and get on with that Porsche. So that really meant a lot, because I'm very flattered, and it's an amazing feeling being part of the repair shop. It really, really is. There's a huge team involved in that, and I am a very small cog in a big machine of that program. This YouTube channel, what me and Dan are doing, is we're doing our own thing. We're just doing our work, and it's been a huge amount of work, financially, time. We've both invested a huge amount to it. So it's really, really nice that it's actually starting to pay off. The subscribers have gone up. We've got loads more views. The last few videos with this whole thing have gone up for a shot through the roof. And when people actually stop you in the street and say, oh, your YouTube channel's brilliant. Cook dinner and we sit down and watch your YouTube. So don't ever not do it, because we will miss it on the Sunday. And it's so lovely. So thank you, everybody. I really, really appreciate all of your comments. I did spend some time with Dom from the Association of Heritage Engineers, who I am the ambassador for. Any young kids out there that want to get into doing stuff like this, speak to those guys, because they're a brilliant, brilliant team. They'll steer you in a perfect direction. Aston Martin Works is a division of Aston Martin. I think they are still in the same original factory where the original old cars were made in the 60s. And they had a wheeling machine there with a guy demoing, making little domes, like I've been making with my little domes that I've got everywhere in the workshop. That VW one behind me, that's one. He was sitting there using the wheeling machine, and he had parts of wings and aluminium body parts there that fit on the front of this Aston Martin. I caught the J40 race. I did film that. So every year, part of Revival, they race Aston J40s. I've got one, a very rusty one. I've actually got all the pieces for it, but it's not restored. It's in pieces. But it's a pedal car. So it's a big, generous car, pedal car for a kid, but it's a little miniature version. And it's got two little pedals. You sit in there, and they made them from the 50s up until the 70s. So Aston employed disabled miners, like ex-miners that had miner's lung and other conditions from the mining. They employed those guys and used the offcuts from the full-sized Aston cars, the offcuts of metal, to press out and stamp out and make these little pedal cars. And then they sold these pedal cars they were in department stores and things for sale. They're so cool, but they're so rare. And I think it's because of this race, because of all these sort of wealthy people that have the race cars, their kids, they get them a J40, they paint it in the same colour as their race car, and then once every year they have a race down the start-finish line, a little chicane and then a straight. All of them in their pedal cars with the boiler suits and the old hats. Everyone's in character, all the little kids, and it's so competitive. They're literally blocking each other and knocking each other out the way and swerving and like dodging and doing a little dummy and weaving around the outside and getting the inside line. It was mad seeing them, and I think there was 65, nearly 70 of them racing there. One kid didn't want to race anymore, and then they got the little recovery truck out, winched it up and towed it away. It's just like, it was brilliant. So I've got to talk about the Speedster. This is an incredibly beautiful car. So it was an A, same model as mine. It was a Speedster, so it was a sort of soft top version of this. So slightly different model, but same year, same colour. So this is the colour that mine originally was, and will be going back that colour. Caramel interior. I've got a long road ahead of me. I've got a lot of work to do to get mine looking anything like that. Yeah, it's quite daunting. I will admit, it is quite daunting. If you're into cars, even if you're not into cars, next year, get yourself to Revival because it's impressive. It really is impressive. But I need to get down to the repair shop. So thank you very, very much for watching. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know you will have enjoyed it because how could you not enjoy a Revival? I'm literally spending today working on the Porsche. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the next week or two, there'll be a Porsche update. It won't be long. Thank you very much for bearing with me. I'm doing all I can, but thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, make sure you've subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.